Hey there, Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Tuesday, May 2nd. We're in kind of a potent week. We've got an upcoming lunar eclipse on the 5th, and I shared in depth about that on Sunday, so definitely check that out if you missed it. Today, the moon is in Libra, and so we're focusing on relationships. Libra is an air sign, and so how can you get the most out of your relationships? We are in a moon cycle that began with a late Aries new moon and solar eclipse, and so if you want to get more anchored in what's going on with this moon cycle, definitely check out my video about the Aries, the last Aries solar eclipse, the last Aries new moon that we had. That was gives you an energy, a tone for the whole moon cycle and what the Aries energy is bringing. And it was different. This one is different from the previous cycle, which also began with an Aries new moon, but that was a very, very early Aries new moon, different vibe from a very, very late Aries new moon and solar eclipse. So gives a different tone to the month, and you can review my videos that let you know about that solar eclipse and new moon to understand more of what it is, what is the work that we are doing during this particular moon cycle. So in a nutshell, we're doing the work of activity, of doing, of action, of moving forward and taking action steps and doing things in the world in ways that are helping us to manifest something. So we're on a movement path. And what does that look like? How is that showing up for you? And as we go through the waxing half of the moon cycle, the moon is getting bigger each night, and we're building on those activities. We are building on what was set in place at the new moon, at the most recent solar eclipse. So as we build, we go through the different moon signs for this moon cycle. And we went through, well, the moon immediately went, because it was in late Aries, so it immediately went into Taurus after it was exact new. And we have that Taurus energy of thinking about results and working with the energy of the earth and results and being tangible. And then it went into Gemini. Anyway, now we are in Libra with the moon. And so we're building as we've been building, going through each moon sign. So from Leo and self-expression, we went into Virgo, and that energy of Virgo and getting connected with the earth with humility, sort of in response to some of the Leo self-expression. And now going into Libra, where we move out of that Virgo humility and tangibleness into how do we communicate? How do we engage with others, cooperate, collaborate, work in partnerships, right? How do we go from our own, humbleness and how we work with materials to doing that together with another person and being in co-creative relationship with another person? So that Libra energy is bringing a focus to our relationships and how to get the most out of your relationships. As we were thinking about yesterday, the Pluto station and transformative process, and how we're releasing old ways of being, stepping into new possibility. We're going to learn some more about who we are through our relationships. So how to get the most out of your relationships is to focus on your own personal growth, right? And it's easy to say, but so often we focus on our partner, our friend, our colleague, whoever it is that's, bothering us or that we have conflict with, or that we don't work together effectively with, or we maybe have fights with, or whatever. it's sometimes easy to say it's all the other person, right? They're difficult, they're whatever they are, right? That we have all kinds of labels for other people. So if you can shift that, reframe it gently and humbly with love, bring it back to yourself. And what is this situation bringing you in terms of an opportunity? How is it creating the context, the impulse, so to speak, right, for your own growth, for your own self-discovery? What is being asked of you through this experience? Are you being asked to be more patient, more forgiving, more caring, more loving? Are you being asked to step up more and stand up for yourself and be more courageous and more forthcoming and take up space? Or something else, right? There are lots of different ways that relationships create for us a context, an environment, a field within which we can grow, right? Opportunities for growth. So asking yourself, how is what is showing up in my relationships? Again, this includes romantic relationships, primary relationships, but also any one-to-one relationship. It might be a relationship with a friend, with a colleague, with a business partner, with anyone who is another person that is like a one-on-one, where there are issues between you and that other person. You know, if something is bothering you, it's a relationship. And it's an opportunity for growth. So it's about how you shift. And it doesn't mean that the other person is right. It doesn't mean they're wrong. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means you're being invited to become something different, or to see things differently, or to stand up for yourself, or to take space and say, have a boundary, right? And say, this doesn't work for me. I'm not doing this anymore. So it could be a lot of different things, but whatever it is, just remembering that whatever you are thinking about the other person, you know, reframe it as, you know, hey, this is really an opportunity for me to learn more about myself. And not, again, not to make yourself wrong, right? Going back to the Virgo energy, not to judge or criticize yourself. It's not about being wrong. It's more about saying, hey, you know, there's something here for me to step into, and what could that be? And so might be a good time to do some journaling, to reflect, maybe have some conversations with your partner or the other person. Depends on, right, on the issues. It depends on how much you can do the work in partnership, in dialogue, and how much it's maybe something that you need to step back from and do the work on yourself. Or maybe there's another friend that you need to talk the issues through with and get support from. So how does that, you know, how can relationships be supportive to you, and how can they be also something that is pushing your buttons in ways that's inviting you to grow and change? All right, so that is the Libra moon today. And as the moon is waxing, we are building upon our activities, our actions, are stepping out there and doing things and taking action steps and starting things and taking risks. And as we do that, we're learning more about who we are. And while the moon is in Libra, we are learning how that might be reflected back to us through what is showing up in our relationships. And again, we are we're heading toward that Scorpio full moon, lunar eclipse in Scorpio on the 5th. And that will kind of culminate the work that's been being done. And so this is the piece that's about relationships, and we'll continue to learn more about ourselves, and as we do this transformative work. And again, this whole moon cycle is about action and what we're doing. So as we do things, we learn more about ourselves. And ask yourself, you know, who is out there that is being supportive, and getting that kind of support can be really powerful too. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Marina Ormes. You can find me at astrologyheals.com. I've got lots of awesome videos on this YouTube channel. So, look at the titles, see what speaks to you, what you want to learn more about, and maybe you missed something. Maybe you're a regular follower and you missed one of my videos, so you may want to go back and see what you missed. And if not, welcome. If you're new, welcome, and thanks for being here. And thank you for subscribing. I am here every day with the astrology for unshakable self-care. I thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.